I'm uh, I'm not a cool guy. I have a real hard time convincing people I'm not a youth pastor. Some of you are laughing too hard. That's hurtful. A lot of people are surprised to hear that I have impregnated a woman. None of you will be more surprised than my dad. I told my dad, I said, hey, Lydia's pregnant. And my dad said, hey, you're not gay? Turns out my dad has always thought I was gay. And the number one reason he believes I'm a homosexual is that I've always preferred chicken to beef. And according to him, that's gotta mean something. Like, we'd be at the hamburger store, but I'd order a chicken sandwich, and he'd go, okay. All right. Here's the thing, Russell. I just need you to be careful. Because I don't know if you know about what they're saying about these fellas that are ordering one too many chicken sandwiches, right? You know what they say? They say it's hens today, cock tomorrow. So just be careful. Just be careful is all I'm getting at. You can tell I was raised in a conservative household, and I just want to let you guys know that personally I am not that Republican anymore. I used a bidet for the first time recently, and that'll knock it right out of you. I'll tell you what, that'll shoot it right out of you. I had no idea. I was at my in-laws' house. I'd never used a bidet before. I sit down on that thing. I crank it up to 100. I still have a concussion from when my head hit the ceiling. Do you understand? I shot off of that thing like a rocket. And I was like, whoa. 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 Maybe love is love. Maybe let them do what they want, I gotta call my dad. Tell him he was right about some of that chicken stuff, He kind of nailed it. But growing up in a conservative household, there was just a lot of things that were taboo, a lot of topics we didn't talk about. So I had to figure some stuff out on my own, things I didn't know. Like my mom, when she was going through menopause, she talked about having heat flashes all the time, talking about these heat flashes, and I didn't know what that meant, and I didn't feel comfortable enough to ask her to clarify. So I had to make some assumptions, I had to figure it out on my own. So I didn't know what a heat flash was. All I knew was that we had a neighbor next door who was breeding a Rottweiler. They talk about their dog being in heat. So when my mom said heat flash, I thought she was just telling us she was spontaneously horny all the time. I'd catch her fanning herself down, she'd be like, heat flashes, huh? I'm like, we're in church, you whore. What are you doing to me right now? It's the most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. What are you doing? Take a cold shower like the rest of us. We're in the house of the Lord. But yeah, I've had to grow a lot over the years. I've had to change a lot. I've had to mature. Like my wife, when we first got together, she had to really help me grow and become an adult man. When my wife first moved in, she had to sit down and have a very serious conversation with me. She had to sit me down and explain this, and I wanted to let you know, as she's explaining this to me, I'm going, that's not true, you're crazy, that's an over-exaggeration. And I looked it up after the fact, turns out she's 100% correct, but my wife had to explain to me, did you guys know that you are supposed to wash your sheets? Did you know that? Ooh. I didn't know we were supposed to be doing that. I had no idea. That's a joke. I'm kidding. I don't want you guys to think I'm gross. Okay, I'm joking. I obviously didn't own sheets before my wife moved in. That would be crazy. Who am I trying to impress? No, but growing up in like a conservative household, I'm in a weird place politically right now where I've grown a lot, I've changed a lot, but I still have like I still have a lot of Republican values, but I feel like I've come to them for liberal reasons. Like I see the world through a progressive lens, but I'm ending up at conservative conclusions, if that makes sense. Like, I'm a feminist, right? I have a wife, I have 2 daughters, so I am a champion of women, I love women, I believe women deserve all the same rights that men do, if not more, okay? I'm a feminist. Thank you, one person clapped, the rest of you are not into it, and that's fine. I'm a feminist, and I'm such a feminist that I think drag is bad. Don't back off on me now. We've been having a good time so far. You can trust me. I think drag is offensive. I think drag is the blackface of ladies. That sounds like a big point to make, but I can convince you in just 3 reasons. I can convince you 3 small reasons why drag and blackface are the exact same thing. Reason number 1, they're both stereotypical characters of oppressed groups played up in front of an audience for a laugh. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2, people really hate it when you do it for kids at a library. And reason number 3, and I cannot stress this enough, they both awaken something in me sexually. So I think we just gotta put a kibosh on the whole thing. I do have 2 daughters. I have a 5-month-old and a 5-year-old. My 5-year-old's the best. I love her so much. The other day I could hear from the other room. My wife was putting her down to sleep, and my daughter goes, "Mommy, I love you so much. I could hug you for miles and miles." Well, that's the sweetest thing I've ever heard. I want a piece of that. So I go to give my daughter a hug, and she says, "You'll never catch me, fat boy," and then she ran away from me. That's when I was like, oh, I would die for you. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. But I get nervous, I get anxious having daughters, you know. Nothing they've done, it's just that they're girls and they're gonna grow up and they're gonna be young women, and my God, everything that women have to deal with in today's day and age. Like, the other day, we're at a restaurant and I take my 5-year-old, I take her to the ladies' room, okay? I take my daughter to the ladies' room at a restaurant. Now, the men's room in this restaurant, there is a little poem that's above every single toilet in the men's room. You guys have probably seen it before. And this poem goes, "If you sprinkle, when you tinkle, be a sweetie and wipe the seedy," right? It's above every single toilet in the men's room. If I take my daughter to the ladies' room, I've never been in there before. Fellas, the poem that the women have above every single toilet in the ladies' room at this restaurant, it went, "If you're worried that you're being sex trafficked, call 1-888-378-3777. And that's when it hit me like, oh my God. Ladies, that doesn't rhyme at all. That sucks, honestly. That's bad poetry. All right, I've been Russell Keller. Thank you guys so much.